Hello, Alan James from Guild here. We apologize for the long gap in updates. We were waiting on a round of prototypes. We were able to sneak one in before the Chinese New Year. And to do that, we weren't able to make molds in time for the Chinese New Year and get those prototypes, but we were able to do color checks, which we were gonna have to do anyway. So we did a whole round of every color, got all the acrylics tested. Some of them we love, some of them will need some tweaks, but we're gonna go through each one. I have close-up photos we'll cut in, and we're gonna just kind of chat about what we like, what we don't like. We have a couple that we're open to feedback on, and just this is our initial impressions. We just opened this box right now, so they were a little delayed in shipping, so I apologize for the delay, but here we go. We're gonna start out with the Force.
Sweet.
James, how do you feel about it?
The Force are looking good. So I think these are a little too saturated. The color's really strong. So we could, on some of them though, it looks right. But on this one, the shimmer's really nice.
Yeah, there's a nice hue in there. In the lit photos, we tried to grab, a lot of these have a lot of detail to them that you can only see kind of in the light. So it's hard to get on a video, but hopefully in the photos it came out pretty well.
Yeah, I think if we just tone down the saturation on that color, these would be perfect.
Yeah, so these have this the Force have this nice kind of aquamarine and clear mix, but then there's this like blue sort of hovering hue in there.
Yeah.
That it picks up in certain lights. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, Psychic.
Psychic. So these are way too dark.
Okay.
But yeah,
same thing.
The colors are in there.
Hold it to the light, and you've got the It's translucent purple and blue mixing together.
It's just got to be lighter. So there's
So you can see it a little better.
More of a glass look. Than,
I think if people were playing in like a television studio, they could probably look perfect. But that at your normal
only if you're rolling on a light board.
If you have a digital screen, a map screen with very light, and you're always playing on ice backgrounds, it should work great.
They did the right ink for these too. The silver, the shimmering silver, and that looks really nice.
Yeah, awesome.
Sweet. Radiant dice. I have no feedback. No.
Yeah.
No updates. That looks right.
Yeah, pretty solid. Pearl finish.
Yeah, nice gold on one.
Yeah, I would. I'd guiding bolt the crap out of these. All right, Poison. These I like a lot.
Yeah, I haven't seen dice like these actually. They're probably out there.
So yeah, if you can see in the photos,
cool.
They're basically a clear dye with the green kind of like lava lamped into it. And that was hard to show up on the renders. It was there, but it was hard for me to tell until I saw it in person. And it looks cool. It's like it's being corrupted by the poison.
Yeah,
is really the way it comes out.
Yeah, it's got like bubbles and wisps of lime green in there, which is sweet.
Super cool. Better than I had imagined in the renders.
Yeah.
Thunder.
Yeah, so these, I think the silver color looks great. Kind of shimmery, nice and like storm cloud gray. Yeah. But I think I would ask them to make the copper color like more gold. Like a little bit, like shift it away from orange tones to like yellow.
These are exactly how I pictured them. So I guess I think these are pretty accurate to the renders, but maybe again, you were the one who designed them with something imagined. So this is basically how I pictured them.
You mind if we shift to more gold?
I don't mind. Yeah, no, I'm happy. Like I said, these are out of your imagination when you're designing them. So. It's good by me. Sweet. But this is basically how I pictured it. Not that it can't be better or changed.
Sweet.
Acid.
Yeah, so these obviously have the matte finish sharp corners thing going on.
They do.
Yeah.
They also have some chipped corners.
They also have chipped corners. don't want them to be that sharp. Yeah, these are very sharp, but definitely doable. Definitely gives them an interesting, crisp roll.
Yeah, they have this, the kind of cracked, corroded look to them, which is great. It's a little less like uniform than we had in the renders.
Yeah, there's just too much of it. Like if we could just tone it down. The color is spot on.
Yeah, for sure.
We just need to it's almost, some of these are even hard to read because there's so much texture.
Yeah. Especially on the smaller numbers, the D4. I do just love the idea of having this kind of opaque matte. It almost looks like an antique die.
It does,
like when I have
like if it was made out of bone or something.
Yeah, like Ravi had those like super old die from the 80s that kind of looked similar to this with kind of the worn edges and stuff like that. So, it's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Back to this end, Necrotic.
Yeah, so this is doing a opposites thing with Radiant. Pearly black. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
it's nice. It's like dark black, but it still has kind of a shimmer. It's not dark black like the Chaos Bolt black, where it's just sort of
just a
black dye.
Like an 8 ball. Yeah. It's not an 8 ball. You can see in the photo. It's very it's a pearly black. Do a little action. It will look really good with the skulls and the negative space too.
Yeah.
Legitning. These look I think pretty spot on.
These look perfect with the gold ink too.
Yeah, and there is like, if you see in the light, they are just ever so translucent. You can get a little bit of light through there, and when you do, it picks up a little more of the blue, and there's a little bit of like kind of gold shimmer in there too. It looks really good. The glitter is super dense, so it's not just like a glitter dye. It's like a dense. It almost looks like the color is that, even though
the whole thing
like
is just kind
mixed,
of like sparkling, which is nice.
It's good.
I'm into that.
Fire, the most worked upon color at this point. And this one actually has a special surprise in it.
Sure does. Let's start with color though.
Color
looks great. Done.
Is that how you feel about it?
I like it. This looks very, very close to that last round of mock-ups that we got.
Very rich. A lot richer, I think, than the renders even, as far as like the depth of the color goes. It looks, it looks like that, like when you see fire in slow motion, where it's like it's actually, you see the kind of the depth of the flame. So this one, if you see in the photo, is actually each side is a different damage type all on one. So we were able to get them, they did one mold in time for Chinese New Year, and to test all the patterns all at once to make sure we could get the level of detail, they did it all on each side of this D12. So every design is on here, with the exception of all of the Chaos Bolt ones or something like that.
Yeah, which are mostly reused from the damage types, but there are a few unique ones. Yeah.
So they're all on here. They look awesome. The level of detail is finally. You can see I've got a photo of the Thunder side in the detail, and it just we've got the paint detail is there.
Yeah, the paint looks good.
It's not sloppy paint like we were seeing before. It's really, and the acid is, the acid detail is crazy.
Yeah, for how small that is.
It's like, I don't even know if there'd be a magnifying. I mean, the technique is amazing.
These are fantastic. Just the positive sides, of course. We don't
have the negative space done.
But these look great.
Some Bless.
Yeah, Bless dice. Love poison.
So Bless, my initial reaction was they look awesome.
Here's a D12.
But they're too close to lightning.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Once we see it in person, they're like In fact, actually, which one's which?
Well, that's Bless, but yeah, that's very close. That's because
Is it the
Bless
same?
has blue tones in there. I think the Lightning is more of.
It's like darker.
I mean, it's an electric blue, like, but Bless still has like a bluish tinge.
Yeah.
So that.
Yeah, I mean they're
Honestly,
different in the light.
yeah.
You can look at the photos; like they're definitely different. I think that was my initial reaction. I took photos of them, and the Bless does stand out with this like more sheen look to it.
If they could just use a not colored ink though, like if this was black with this shimmer in it,
Yeah,
I think that would.
yeah. So the Bless
That
would
would look
get, the
right.
Bless would get a little
Yeah.
darker.
Yeah.
Yeah. To separate it from the Lightning. I mean, and the ink color is slightly different too. I think we did
Yeah.
like more of a more metallic on one than the other. Bardic.
Bardic, I love this one. The ink, of course, is not violet, but it will be.
Right.
But the color, that's just a lot of really chunky glitter and a
Yeah.
clear dye, which I really like.
Yeah, it's great.
That looks awesome.
Yeah, and then when the violet ink is on there, that'll show through a little bit and give it
Yeah,
a
that'll-
little
the
bit of
contrast will be a
violet
lot
like
better,
hue
yeah.
in there as
Yeah.
well, kind of bouncing through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one
And
looks
we
really-
saved the most dynamic for last. This is the one where we're kind of making up our mind still. So feedback welcome.
Yeah,
We
cold.
have our opinion. Cold dice.
So yeah, the ones they sent over for cold don't have the ice-like quality that I think we were looking for, but this one that they sent over is like an alternate. I think looks way closer.
Yeah.
And it's just a little too purple. If that was a light blue instead of a purple, I think
Yeah.
it'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Or a periwinkle, I guess. Is
Yeah,
kinda what
I mean,
it's
I
doing
like
right
the
now.
color. This is one of those things where, like, I think they both look awesome as is. I'm sure there's tweaks to make it better, but like, I would roll both those dice for ice. I think there's going to be people that like one and people that like the other. It's one of those things where we'll see if there's a passion for one versus the other. I think that the more vibrant colors are. When you see them in a big bucket, they're gonna really stand out. This like
For
more
sure,
like
yeah.
more kind of cartoony ice as opposed to like
Yeah.
a real actual ice color.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is the ice that you would see painted in
Mm-hmm.
a painting or
Like
something.
a winter skate.
Yeah.
And this is like an actual ball
That's
of
like
ice.
that's like an
Yeah.
ice cube. Yeah. So I think that. Yeah, I mean, if I had a bag of these, it'd look awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But this is, I think, a more like unique, kind of subtle
Yeah.
execution.
And we also have to keep in mind, I like that this has less white in it because the ink will be white.
Yes, yeah. And so some of these sides where you get a lot of white,
Yeah, you lose
the number a little
readability.
bit. It's not, but it's
not bad.
bright white,
It's
so
not
it's
unreadable, yeah.
It's totally fine. But yeah, but I do like this this kind of turquoisey deep blue though is a pretty color. Essentially, it looks pretty. I don't know if it's what we want to do, but it looks good.
All right, and then Chaos and Prism were easy. They nailed it.
Yeah.
They're just black dice, white dice, clear dice. So
Yeah, so I didn't
yeah.
photograph those. They look exactly. They're just clear dice and black and white dice. So, yeah. So your thoughts are more than welcome. Again, we're working hard on this stuff all the time. This was a pretty big process here. We have some just quick mock-ups of some packaging. Exciting. I'll have some more of that. More details on that later. But yeah, every set's going to come in its own, nice little box, which you will immediately throw away. But it'll be fun to open them. You can burn them, make hats out of them, and do whatever you want.
recycle them maybe.
Oh, you could also recycle. Those are cool. Other questions? We do also have a lot of questions coming in about changing your address. We will send out a final, are you sure you still live here this is the address we're sending dice to email before we ship anything out. So don't worry if you're moving or something comes up. It's not a big deal. You can send me your address now and I will change it manually. Or if something happens or something comes up or you forget or you're not keeping up on it, we will definitely send a confirmation email to be sure we're sending dice to where you currently are. We know there's been a delay, so we'll make sure to stay on top of that. Next, what's coming out next? We have the Chinese New Year is wrapping up and everybody should be coming back to work next week. So we should have some updates once that happens.
We're prepping the document with all of our feedback on the colors and finishes.
Yeah, we'll have a couple
so we'll
tweaks
send
on
that right
these. I am holding off like confirming a production schedule until we have all the question marks worked out, which means, is this a thing we're ready to pull the trigger on prototype wise? Until we have like, yes, this is good, this is good, this is perfect, there's always still that question mark on how much back and forth there's gonna be. The back and forth is what takes time and is ambiguous. So, but this was a great run. Everything came in pretty close or right on what we want. I feel really good about the detail level on the mold specs and the paint detail and the ability of them to achieve the paint. So I think we're there.
Most of our edits are simple color changes too.
Yeah.
Where like everything else looks great.
Yeah. So so we're getting to the end of the question marks. I will confirm a production schedule once we have those officially out of the way because I don't want to be mistaken anymore. I don't want to overguess anymore. And then there was one other thing. Oh, we're getting a ton of questions about how the coronavirus is affecting production. So far, not at all. We'll see. I mean, obviously, that's a rapidly changing situation. So I will keep everyone updated. As of yet, our vendors are nowhere near where anything's happening. So so we haven't been informed of any issues or delays or trouble for our vendors. We don't want that either. So yeah, most importantly, everyone is safe that I've been speaking to. Thank you all for your patience. Really appreciate it. We've been getting lots of supportive comments, and we certainly understand those who are concerned. Yeah, so we're here. Email with questions. As always, I'm not as good at keeping up on the comment section as I am about responding to messages or emails. It's just the way my workflow goes and how those comments nest, and I can't keep track of what I've seen or what's been responded to, whereas the messages, show a little reply button next to them, and they're easy to do on my phone, so I can do them in the middle of the night. Yeah, anything else?
I think that's it.
All right. Thank you all so much.